So this is the color panel, and if I focus like that, you can see the screen on it, and if I go off focus, you can see the buttons. So it's the buttons you need are these two on top, and the left-hand button cycles through the different screens, and each screen, just when you cycle through, just let it go for a second and it'll zoom out. So one screen will tell you status of the generator, how long it's been running for, oh god, how long it's been running for, total runtime today. You can also start it on this page, so it says press center on the bottom right, that red box, press center button to manual start. So if I go, the center button is there, so I can hit that if I want, and then it will give me an option, run for how long, so I can go up and down on this screen, and that'll give me a value of how long I want to run it for. Just look at that red box, 4 minutes, 5, 6 minutes, or I can go back to 0, which is because I don't want to start it just now. If I did want to start it, set in your time, let's say 5 minutes, and then just hit the center button again, and then unless I cancel it, it'll start. I cancelled it there. So that's a good way of, when you first arrive at Camus, you can, rather than turning on the generator at the generator itself and just leaving it and then turning it off when you want, you can just program in how long you want it to go for, put that value in, and it'll just do its thing, and you don't have to worry about turning the key off and on then and stuff like that. Anyway, it's another little trick. So the next page, and I did that again by just pressing that top left button, cycles through. So this is actually a sort of diagram of the different components in the generator system. So the red box is the generator itself, which currently isn't on, so there's no little blue lines moving from the generator to the inverter, because there's no power going from the generator at the moment. You've got batteries down here, and you can see that the batteries are putting power into the inverter because there's little moving blobs, and it'll tell you how much wattage is on, the volts and the amps, and the batteries are at 100% just now. The yellow box on the bottom right, and it's got a little sun icon, that's the power we're getting from solar just now. So it's early evening, so there's only 49 watts going on. It's much higher during the middle of the day. So that's also giving a little bit of juice into the inverter. And then the green box is our houses, so the green box is the load that's coming off. So right now there's 75 watts coming off the houses, bulbs and plugs, etc. There's only 52 watts coming in from the solar, so some juice has had to come out of the battery to kind of top it up. And the inverter is basically, this diagram looks the same as the inverter box in the generator, which is quite handy. So it gives you an idea of what that component is. That then takes the battery power and the solar power, which are DC I believe, and converts it to AC, which is what the house runs off. So yeah, these three systems of power go into the inverter, and then the inverter turns it into AC, which then goes into the house. So that's kind of a nice little visual representation of what's going on, and it's handy if you want to know that, for example, if the generator is running, you want to know how much power it's actually supplying, or if it's supplying power. It'll tell you that if you come in and just cycle to this screen. Yeah, that's a less pretty way of displaying it. Yeah, so that's tiles, and then if you hit the other button, which is the bottom right button, you come into a menu, and you can go up and down using this button here, up and down, and if you hit what's what I wanted to do here? Yeah, so you can go in the menu you've got each of the components. BMV is the batteries, Blue Solar is the solar charger, Multiplus is the inverter. So that's like the three different components we've got, and you can go into each of those. You don't need to, but you can also go down to notifications, which gives like little alarms, so if something's going wrong. So we've had a bunch going in because well, it's teething troubles and it's in our first year of having this system, but it'll tell you if like AC in generator not detected. That's basically if someone's not switched the generator on, so the inverter's trying to get the generator to come on and it's just not there. It'll tell you of that. It tells you if there's a low battery, which generally shouldn't happen, but if someone's not left the switches the right way when they leave, it can lead to a low battery, which is not good. So it's nice to know that's been happening. Yeah, you can cycle through the little alarms. Hopefully these will reduce as we fix the problems. And then settings is the final one. So you don't really need to know any of this, so I'm not actually going to finish this video.